Welcome to this segment of Pigskin Preview, our weekly visit with the head coach of the ETB Tigers, Mark Sartain. And last Saturday at Ornelas, the ETB Tigers defeat Mississippi College 34-21. And Coach Sartain, it's the first time in 7 tries that ETBU has won a homecoming game. That makes it even better, doesn't it?
Oh, it's always satisfying to break a streak. It's always satisfying to win at home, and of course, homecoming is something that's special for every program. You know, a lot of alumni back. We had a lot of our ex-players back in the stadium, and a lot of folks, you know, that were just back to the campus that really weren't attached to the football program in any way, but it still leaves a really good taste in everybody's mouth when they can go home a winner.
In the football game, you were not without the services of your starting quarterback, Seth Harris. Didn't eat well before the game, and heat kind of got to him. But Seth Hubbard from Beckville, once again, he comes off the bench and does well. He threw for 198 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns. Talk about Seth and his role as backup. He kind of knows that role pretty well, doesn't he?
Well, Seth's an incredible young man, very intelligent, very mature, and has accepted his role in taking on that position with a great attitude, is a great help to our coaching staff and to Seth as well. Seth's very capable of running our offense in all phases, and we're completely confident in him, and so are his teammates. And you know, to have a young man like that on the sideline is a tremendous advantage for us. You know, no anxiety in bringing him onto the field whatsoever. And he started 5 ball games. Oh, actually more. I think he started 7 ball games in his career here up to this point. So, you know, he knows the ropes. He knows how to handle each situation, and just did an incredible job Saturday of running our offense and taking command and, you know, exuding that confidence when he went onto the field in a situation that, you know, could have been considered a negative for most people, but we're fortunate to have him.
Always good to see your East Texas players do well on the ETBU roster. Also, defensively, Alex Cloudy from center had a good game as well. He was breaking up passes and tackling.
Alex had a good game. We're pleased with his progress. He's becoming he's becoming a very accomplished corner in our conference. You know, I think he's talented enough to be one of the best. Still got a little work to do in a couple of areas, but he's shown himself to be very, very competent at the position.
Tigers win last week over Mississippi College 34-21 in American Southwest Conference play, and now let's move to tomorrow's game. I was reading Coach Alex Richter's column in the Marshall paper about they played John Tyler, which is the top of their district. University of Mary Hardin-Baylor is the top of our conference, ranked 4th in the nation. He kind of said they're taking like a king of the hill type approach. Go knock down number 1. And I'm sure that's got to be your mentality this week for your team as well. Hey, I've got a chance to knock off a very good football team.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing we have to face week in and week out. And in the America Southwest Conference, there's not a whole lot that separates 1 from 4 or 5 in any given season. And you know, we took these guys to overtime last year. We believe we've closed the gap on them, you know, in a lot of areas. They still have that edge in having been there and done that and knowing how to win the close ones and tight ones. But we feel very confident in our ability to match up with them and go down there to their place and we're going to put up a fight. You know, it's going to be an exciting ball game, and you know, the team that wins is going to earn it.
What is the game plan against them? You can't let the mentality of them being 4th ranked in the nation to deter your preparation this week. But you still, like I said, problems this year went a different way. You might be playing undefeated against them at this point. So what's the plan?
Well, you know, we feel confident that if we'd have taken care of our business in a couple of games, this could be for a share of the conference championship. And, you know, that's disappointing, but that's not a reality for us at this point. So we face an opponent that we desperately would love to defeat, one that we feel like we are capable of defeating, and we want to do it on their home court. And, you know, the game plan is simple with UMHB. They don't make very many mistakes. They don't give you very many opportunities to take advantage of. So we have got to control the football, and we've got to eliminate the big play, and we've got to avoid giving them that break, because they, you know, their mentality, their special teams especially, you know, when they it's like blood in the water. When you give them a break or you stub your toe a little bit, it just fuels their fire, and they surge, and we've just got to prevent those surges. And if we do have one occur, we just got to be able to battle back and overcome it and answer. So, you know, it's we're playing a good, sound, solid football team that does very few things to hurt themselves.
Tigers play University of Mary Hardin-Baylor tomorrow on ESPN 1450 AM, kickoff at 1 p.m. One final question, Coach. One thing that's neat that happens after a Division III team is the players meeting with their families after the game. And I read the quote you had in the paper from Tyler Clifton, and he tagged your quote with, "while holding your granddaughter." That's a pretty neat experience that happens after a D3 game as players and coaches get to visit with fans and family.
Well, that's just an advantage of being in a small environment, on a small campus, in a small school. There are things that come along with that some people don't see as advantages, but I distinctly do. I think the people that you love, that support you, unconditionally, win, lose, or tie, it's always nice to have them there. And Piper is my newest of my three. I've got Jillian and Hannah, and Piper, my daughter, and her husband live with us, so it's convenient for them to be at all of our games. And she's my tranquilizer. She's my calming presence, and it's just great to put her in my arms after a game, win or lose. It makes winning better, and it makes losing a little bit more tolerable. So.
All right, Coach, best of the Tigers tomorrow as you face the number 4th ranked team in the nation in the conference leader, Mary Hardin-Baylor.
We're going to get them.
Thank you for listening to Pigskin Preview, this segment with ETBU head coach Mark Sartain. I'm Mike Midkiff.